Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I would like to start by acknowledging the important work of the Select Committee in scrutinising the Government's plans for safe housing for all. I would also like to put on record my membership as Co-Vice Chair of the Fire Safety and Rescue APPG. The UK Government has announced in the Queen's Speech that they are introducing bills to modernise the planning system. The Planning Bill, Leasehold Reform Ground Rent Bill and Building Safety Bill. While the UK Government's plans for leasehold reform are welcome, there remain some concerns that the UK Government has no intention in addressing a persistent key problem with many tower blocks across England, the issue of remediation costs for faulty cladding. At present, leaseholders face, and under current plans will continue to face, remediation costs passed on to them by the owners and developers of buildings with unsafe external wall cladding. This is an indefensible situation which is affecting the mental health and well-being of thousands, putting them in a position for the real risk of financial ruin, despite not being in any way responsible for the dangerous material used for the cladding of their homes. Many of the affected are on medication due to stress over the worry of finding these funds and the anxiety surrounding the potential of fire by living in an unsafe home. They cannot sell their homes either, as lenders will not offer mortgages until the dangerous cladding is removed. This is a national disgrace and the Government must take immediate action to rectify this. The Government had an opportunity to address this issue in the debates around the Fire Safety Bill. This was not done despite multiple amendments by members of this House, including the Right Honourable Member for North Somerset and from the other House, amendments that aspire to introduce a real prohibition on the passing on of remedial costs to leaseholders. In this new session, the Government must follow the example of the Scottish Government, which has taken a holistic approach where the priority for remediating faulty construction is on public funds and developers. In Scotland, a programme of single building assessments will be carried out, undertaken on a whole building rather than in individual flats. This will allow buyers and sellers in affected buildings to access mortgages without being forced to pay for an external wall system report on their individual properties. As elaborated in the committee report, the UK Government has the option to create a comprehensive building safety fund to fund all fire safety remediation projects in high-risk buildings of any height. This should be fully funded by the UK Government and industry, with clear principles delineating how the cost should be split between the two. This should also be followed by a re-examination of the principles under which funds are allocated to remediation projects, and instead of the current height-based approach, the Government should prioritise allocating money to residents living under the greatest safety risk. They must also at last address the worries many have felt since the tragic Grenfell disaster and put in place a legally enforceable deadline for all historic building safety defects to be removed as part of a Government-led UK-wide effort to make homes safe at no cost to leaseholders or tenants. The UK Government cannot continue turning a blind eye to individuals and families being forced to pay for safety defects they did not cause. The dream of many is to own their own home, Madam Deputy Speaker, but if they find themselves trapped in a home they can neither be safe in nor sell, that dream can quickly become a nightmare. Until any planned leasehold reform recognises this problem and commits to fighting it, the UK Government is complicit in perpetuating this nightmare.